his name back on there for you all in a moment. But it's worth noting, this is the finals, and it's going to be a best of 5, not a best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And spawning here on the rightmost side of Bridgehead, it's going to be the red Terran player, the Barcode, Losira.
On the left side, CC first, it's the blue Terran, Byun.
So, before we get too far into the game, we were already talking about bad movies, quote-unquote. What did you think of the Matrix sequels?
I never watched them, to be honest. I only watched bits and pieces of the first Matrix, so...
Okay. There's a lot of hate for those ones, too, and I was on the other side of it where I actually kind of like them. But I feel like if I went back and watched them now, I probably wouldn't. But I really, at the time, they get these, like, little mech suits, and they're just shooting, like, 1,000,000 bullets a second, like, with 2 guns. Like, there were so many parts of the Matrix where the fight scenes just made me forget about any bad parts of the movie. And now I'm wondering if, like, that's how I misremember Star Wars, too, where I'm like, yeah, pod racing was really fucking cool. I really like that.
I always feel like, you know, Hook was actually panned by, like, reviewers. And Steven Spielberg even said, like, yeah, I could have done a ton better. Like, I'm really disappointed in that one. But to a lot of people who watched it when they were younger, it's an amazing movie. And now, apparently, the general belief is that it's a better movie with time for everyone, actually. Like, I don't know. It's the whole, like, explanation of these types of movies. And Hook's just the one that I'm most familiar with.
I do love when you go back and it's those things, right? You're like, this movie was actually heralded as being a huge failure and people didn't want to back it at all, or there was no sponsors because they thought it would be so terrible. Then it ends up being like a really great movie like Rocky or something.
Yeah, Hook was kind of the opposite, though, technically. Like, it was Steven Spielberg, and it had a lot of money backed up, and it was about Peter Pan and, like, Disney, and it was awesome, and then it was actually a disappointing movie. And you could see, if you watch it and really analyze it as, like, a movie, like the dialogue and, like, the cuts and whatnot, you could be like, oh, yeah, this actually kind of feels weird. But to everybody who fucking watched it, like, it's still, like, the best, like, feel-good movie, and, like, you know, when he, like... When the food scene happens, you're just like, this is the most amazing scene in the world, I wish I could eat that.
I always think my favorite food moment for any movie is the cartoon Sword in the Stone, if you guys remember. It's a really old one. And, like, I always remember there's, like, this henchman, and he's just, like, eating a chicken bone. He just, like, sucks the meat off the bone, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good. That or, and this one's really dumb, The Land Before Time, when Spike's eating the grass, I was just, like, for, like, a week, I would just, like, eat my cereal, like, the same way he was eating the grass.
How did he eat it?
Just kind of, like, the, you know, like, the huge chomps, like,
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
okay.
Helene's coming across the map, and this is going to be a really funky map, because we said it didn't really affect TVT so much. Definitely more so in TvZ does the Sim City and this map layout really hurt Terran if you do this wrong. If you've got all your production on the right side over here, your reactors down the side as well, you get to watch the mutas come in and pick everything off for free, and you can do nothing about it. It's really annoying.
Yeah, well... Speaking of, I mean, yes, if you have production, it's annoying, but you'd also just like to have production in general, which Byun really doesn't have.
That's very true.
This is kind of worrying. He's getting a 1 or 2 Vikings, but does he have an engineer bay? They go down right now. He has 1 barracks, making 1 marine at a time. The factory's gonna swap over to the barracks. There's not even gonna be any widow mines. This is a scary amount of units for someone who's going for mutas, and maybe gonna get a lot of mutas. There's some harassment on the natural base, though, a drop. Maybe gonna cut into Losira's bank for mutas. That's be nice.
Losira just so much like Lucille with the amount of Arrested Development stuff we've been joking about lately. It's killing me. I try not to giggle stupidly at it. But this thing's cleaned up. Unfortunately, the medevac got sniped off as well, which is really bad on top of everything else going on. And as Zombie brings up in chat, I see people getting upset about this. To explain our thoughts on the future, we don't plan to do no Legacy. Like, Legacy of the Void is still going to be a lot of fun. We love it, and we're not jumping ship for Overwatch or anything, guys. But we both are very keen on doing Overwatch. So, for example, right now in our schedule, we're not doing anything Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. That would instead probably be Overwatch days type thing. I mean... And maybe it's not even fun for us. We don't know. That's the thing. We still have a lot to test with. And the sad reality is if we do lock ourselves into StarCraft 2 forever, at some point StarCraft 2 is going to die off. I'm not saying anytime soon, but like at some point it is going to die off in popularity, and if we do that, we'll sadly go along with it. So we're looking to not just have continue having fun together, but also keep Base Trade TV alive.
If there were banelings involved in this attack, it would be kind of scary, but the baneling has only just started. The meta count really was not that high. Only 5 were made, and he's not really making any more. So what looked to be, maybe a little bit scary because there weren't a lot of units for Byun to move around. It's fine. He could cover any parts that they couldn't cover with missile turrets, which he did try and do.
Cancels the reactor just to get out of the Mutalisk a little bit more easily. God. Well, that's gonna be frustrating. Other side of the field, though, Losira's just started his creep spread, which is still a little bit funny because you can be a little bit later to the party with that faster spread now, so it's not as big of a deal that it's coming down later. I mean, watch this seriously. For those who haven't seen this, because this is still fairly new. Oh, the creep spread is just gonna like seriously burst out of here.
Here we go. Here he goes. Oh my God, there it goes.
Oh my God, that's so stupid to watch. Like seriously.
We have to watch it recede, though. We have to be fair.
Okay. How exciting.
Well, it's a lot quicker.
Yeah, it definitely is. Damn it, you got me doing that still. One of the big things about creep coming back is in the recent patch they changed it because originally it wasn't receding at twice the rate. It was only spreading at twice the rate. Now it recedes much faster. And as a Terran player, you don't have to wait 11 minutes to take your command center at your third.
Yeah, I like this change. The creep spreading faster sounds scary, but receding faster? I like that. I like that a lot. Fourth base is taken by Losira to the top. If Byun had also expanded to the top, he'd have a very short connection to attack in the fourth base, but he expanded where he expanded, and we'll have to go across the middle of the map to get there.
It is very interesting, though, because once again, this comes down to the fact that we see a lot of Terran players very much choosing. Like, it's like the toilet paper dilemma. Do you want it inside or outside? Third base up here or third base down there type thing. And we're definitely seeing a lot more take it towards the outer base. Oh, God.
There are some units, but they're not paying attention. I'm paying attention. Okay.
Well, that did not go very well for Byun. The worst part about that was he lost, I think it was like 3 mules through that, too. I think they were almost done with their life, so it might not be that big of a deal.
Yeah, but that sucked. I mean, that could have been avoided, and that could have been a lot of wasted gas for Losira if Byun had just been paying attention. But he was trying to clear up creep. Didn't really successfully do that. He left a lot of live creep tumors. Let's scan again. There he goes. Oh, use the bridge. Banelings don't want to go through that, not with Widow Mines.
No, they do, though. A little bit late to the party, the Mutalists do take some damage. Mutalists get some decent shots, but not enough to kill them. And unfortunately, we all know that if you don't kill a Mutalisk, it's just going to heal up right away.
2-2 is well on the way for Byun. By the way, if you guys notice, Byun is very much just going with Heart of the Swarm. No Liberators, not even tanks pick up, just very Heart of the Swarm.
That was the question that was getting raised when we went into this, but at the same time, we'll see if Losira gets stuck in the same trap, right? Like, will he get to Hive Tech quicker? Does he know how freaking good Ultralisks are, and more importantly, how bad Marauders are now? I mean, Broodlord's always an option. There's lots of scary things that a player can do in Legacy, but they are very much playing Heart of the Swarm, both of them.
Yeah, just at a reduced economy, basically. Now, anyways, the game is 10 minutes in. 2-2 finishes up. While Losira only just recently started his +1 melee, and not looking so hot there. Can't really afford to get up to those super powerful units in Legacy of the Void. Ultras, Adrenal Gland Lings, really starved on both minerals and gas.
Yeah, I see the phrase selling out being thrown around in chat pretty loosely, guys. It's kind of annoying. I'm just going to ask you to stop. We're still doing StarCraft 2 for a very long time, and exclusively StarCraft 2 for a very long time. Everybody's like getting upset about this. I know half of it's trolling, but half of it's real, and I don't want people to start thinking that there's actual concern for this.
We don't know when Overwatch bit is.
Just at any rate, we're like, we just finished putting on this huge live event. We're putting $3,000 into like an arcade tournament coming up in the very near future. Date's still to be announced. Like, We're not going anywhere with StarCraft anytime soon, guys. So all y'all just calm yourselves. Hakuna Yurtadas.
Tits. There you go.
There you go.
A bit of a drop to the south. Won't get much done. Cleaning up his 4th base, potentially.
It's kind of cool watching this, right? Because cleaning up the creep, a lot of the times in Heart of the Swarm, you've actually got time to walk a queen out there, put a new tumor down like it's nothing at all. In fact, that's what we see queued up here. But because it recedes so much faster, it's not necessarily as easy.
Creature Queen doesn't die.
Oh, but the Marines stay spread, or clumped, rather.
Oh, still pretty good. That micro, though. A lot of bands going on those stores.
No. There's a lot of Marines going down here. Might be time to start falling back.
Well, 2 Wood Mines to the north might not get... Oh, nope. They are going to get discovered. Crush.
Bentley's taking him out pretty swiftly. Byun's push pretty much shut down, but Losira actually, interestingly enough, supply blocked with these Overlord snipes, so can't exactly extend a lead at the moment.
I love that Byun went and did that, by the way. I don't think he noticed. He just was like, oh, there's 1 Overlord. Oh, wait, there's 2. Oh, wait, there's 3. But there was like 6 Overlords up there just scouting any potential drops. So nice that he actually took care of that. His upgrades, his 3-3, is kind of close to finishing, but Lucier's on the attack now and wants to get inside that main base.
I don't know how I feel about this. Byun is splitting off a very small amount of forces to defend with, and then segmenting the other half to attack. I really feel like it should have been full-on get ready for a base trade or full-on defense. Splitting like this seems crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. A ton of the 2 Thors left over going to do a lot of damage. Like soak a lot of damage as well, but maybe Byun... he just can't deal with it. All this needs to go down on his 4th base. That is his main command center. And the actual command center goes down too.
Ooh. No need to, he should have lifted that.
Yeah. Byun not looking so hot in this game. Losira took a pretty good fight.
Byun's upgrades, though, are going to be finished up here in 3-3 in just a sec, unless you're still not on Hive Tech, so this might be where he starts pulling ahead. We've seen this happen before in HOTS, and they are essentially playing HOTS, but to avoid confusion, this is Legacy of the Void, guys. They're just not making use of any of the new units whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, decent spreads, but maybe not enough. Just barely not enough, even with those 3-3 upgrades. Yeah, barely not enough.
Well, that may just be a little too much. Byun is losing a lot of, or sorry, rather, Losira is starting to lose some of the momentum as he pushes across the map, but at the end of the day, 81 drones and all these bases, it's looking pretty good. This ability to drop mules on new bases as well, thank God that's back. I don't know about you, I didn't really care so much about the auto cast mule, the reduced mining. I just hated that you couldn't drop it more than 30 yards away from the command center.
Yeah, that definitely was like a nerf in itself, you know. You're always dropping on that 1 mineral patch where you've already transferred everything, and you're just like, no, stop.
Yeah, please, mules. Come on. This is starting a little bit funny that Losira perhaps getting a little too desperate to end the game, instead of just bulking up and going for a good attack.
There isn't, I mean, there does seem to be, how do I explain this? If you're overzealous in Heart of the Swarm, especially as Zerg with against Widow Mines, you can throw the game, absolutely. But especially so in Legacy of the Void, where you're not quite accustomed to how fast you're mining out of your main, natural, and third. You know, Heart of the Swarm, those are all still pretty healthy. Well, maybe not the main, but the other 2 are kind of healthy. Legacy of the Void, I mean, they're really starting to mine out.
Losira not queuing injects either, by the way. Interesting.
Oh, what a noob.
Nah. This is... it's funny, like, elements of StarCraft 2, I can't remember who was tweeting. Was it Parting or somebody, Seed maybe, was tweeting about how there needs to be a gap between pro players and basically macro help distinguish good from the bad. And what's interesting is both of these guys, both Losira and Byun, have gotten to these finals with, frankly, their macro on their backs.
Oh god, no.
He was trying to micro banelings into the mineral line, and that was what cost him all those mutas. That suddenly puts Byun back in this game in a huge way. Zombie Byun gonna win this game?
I think so. He has really pulled back, and a lot to do with those 3-3 upgrades. I don't know what turned it around, if it was just those upgrades, or he kind of got in the groove again of facing, you know, a Zerg. like Heart of the Swarm type, but he's pulling back.
Are you? Why are you picking fights with Olivia? I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm not. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Anyways, this is probably not enough to push up this ramp, although it is getting really dangerously close. Another Thor joins in, gonna tank a lot of hits. Most of the meters are already dead, so the Thor isn't that useful for that.
Yeah, and Byun's what looked like a potential lead dissipates very quickly. Those upgrades are the best thing he has going for him, but those mutas got remade. And frankly, I don't know if he'll ever get the opportunity to kill that many again.
I think whenever he takes bad fights, it's because he doesn't have a lot of like those Widow Mines. When he takes good fights, Widow Mines actually are helpful. And that last fight, he only had one, and I think he didn't even get a shot off.
Yeah, I really would have liked to. I mean, he won the game, so I'm not trying to criticize Losira here, but I would have liked to see him get to Hive Tech. Adrenal Glands being twice as good in Legacy, Ultralisk being insane. I mean, that's also a game where Losira could have won that much differently and easier and faster.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, it is the finals, guys. We're going to squeeze in a couple more ads where we can, especially after these longer games, so it's a best of 5.